こえますか？マイクの音ちっちゃいな。終わんねや。聞こえますか？聞こえますか？やるか。じゃあ今日はねクリスマスなんで壺おじをクリアするまでやろうかと思います。はーい。やばい、久しぶりやな。よし。じゃあもうささっとクリアして終わります。ね、一応3周目なんで多分1時間でクリアしたい。
Or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino, all your winnings on red, but it came up flat.
いいね。
If you got your best shirt before a wedding and then immediately got it on. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view.
やばい、まずパッとたんね。
Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here. Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress always, even your mistakes. This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002 titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazz, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain. That act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real. The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazzuo intended to make it frustrating. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something. When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas, and that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played
寝
with.
たいんじゃ今日
And in
は
the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that
や
point,
ば
you can't
う
change
ますぎかよ
not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh
Ah,
with
c'est
new
là.
ideas. For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects,
Yeah,
bought in a
sure, sure.
store and assembled into a world.
よ
And
し
for the most
いいぞ
part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look
ここマジ
bad or that they're badly
久しぶり
made,
にむずいな
although a lot of them are.
おい
I mean they're trash
You
in the
know,
way
quit
that food
the-
becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink.
夜なんでね
Things are made to be consumed
静かに
and
行きたいところ
used
で
in
は
a certain context.
よしよしよ
And
し
once the
一回
moment
休
is
憩
gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of
Yes.
technology, those
Yes,
moments
yes,
pass
yes.
by in seconds.
よし一味が
Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and
最初
outweighs the
最後の
things that
難
are
関だよ
fresh
俺が
and untainted and unused.
お
When
し
everything around us is
1
cultural trash, trash becomes the
Huh?
new medium, the lingua
Ni-
franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash,
まあまあまあ
but only
まあま
trash
だねまだ
culture.
始まったばっか
B
や
games, B movies,
めげちゃいけない
B philosophy.
こんなんでね
Maybe this is
それ
what
が俺らほ
digital
ど甘い
culture
教
is.
育は
A
してきて
monstrous
ないから
mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's
あ
fountain.
あよそ
A
見してる
landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
プロ張りの
There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels,
Aja.
scan magazines, green
Aja.
screen Shia LaBeouf, banned stuff scenes on
e
live
スポーツ
feed.
マジ出たろうかな
Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded ads,
つばおじさんで
candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed gifs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded,
Oh.
forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled.
よしよしよし
Everything's fresh for
Yeah,
about
well,
6
yeah.
seconds until some newer thing beckons and we hit refresh. And
Yes,
there's
yes, yes.
years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight.
よしよしよし行くぞ
In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn
Ni-
through it but not earn it.
3
Why make
Shi.
something demanding?
よしよしよしよ
It's
し
piled up in the landfill.
バカ今
Filed
日はクリア
in
するん
the
だ
bland things.
落ち着き
When games were new, they wanted a lot from you.
誰だよお前そっ
Daunting
から手出してん
taunting
の
you, resetting and
危
delaying
ない
you.
ぞマンション
Players
でお前
played
手出したらお
stoically.
前危ないって
Now everyone's turned off by that.
習わん
They
か
want
っ
to
た
burn
か
through it quickly. A quick fix for the fickle. Some tricks for the clicks of the feckless.
いや本当に押したくないこ
But that's not you. You're an acrobat. You could swallow a baseball bat.
こびっ
Now
く
I
り
know
注意って言おう
most
とした
likely
け
you're
ど
watching
ちょっと
this
待って
on
な
YouTube or Twitch while some dude with 10 million views does it for you. Like a
あ
baby
このねび
bird
っくり注意
fed
な
chewed
本
up
当でかいから
That's culture too.
な音しなかったわ
But on the off chance that you're playing
一回
this,
こっから押したことあるん
saying
だよ
is,
な
trash is
これもや
disposable, but maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the
ねえ
feeling?
ちょっと
Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you got this far. Feeling frustrated? It's underrated.
今日は
An orange is sweet, juicy
クリア
locked inside
し
a
に
bitter peel.
来たで
That's not how I feel
ござる
about a challenge.
ちょっと
I only want the bitterness. It's coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice.
落ちてクリアするぞ今
It feels like we're closer now. Composer
日
and
案
climber.
外
designer
案外
and
案外
user.
案
You
外
could
や
have refused, but you didn't. There was something in you that was hidden, that chose to continue.
いやマジこれ思ってる8倍むずいからなまあここは俺が坪おじさんの中でトップ3嫌いな場所に入る2番目かな1番かな嫌いな場所ですねここはマジ本当に攻略法がわからないんだクリックしちゃったよしよしよしよし今日は冗談抜きで勝ちに行くんであれこう乗れんだっけまあまあまあまあこんなん落ちたうちに入らんわよいしょよいしょよいしょよいしょよいしょよしよしよし一回休憩今何分 今何分だこれ。どうやって見るんだこれ。ちょっと一回休憩しようぜ。怖っ。これ今何分か見れないんだこれ。わかんねえわ。あ、まだ10分もやってない。今日は終わりが見えるぜ。あ、やべえ、間違えた。あ、違う、最初からやり直してる場合か、お前。よし、休憩もできたんで、しっかり水飲むわ。あ、どうもこんにちは。コメントね、ありがとうございますね。はい。どうも。
It means a lot to me that you've come this far, endured this
誰かは分
much.
かったけどね。
Every wisecrack,
壺おじクリアす
every
るからね。
insensitivity, every setback you've forgiven me is a kingly gift
ありがとう。
that you've given me. クリアするんだな、今日は。よいしょ。さあ、慎重に集中して。次ラストか。次ラストだ。よしよしよしよしよしよし。いや、マジでクリアすんぞ、今日は。いや、ここの生き方わかんない。ここの生き方わかんない。ここの生き方がわからない。よしよしよしよしよし。クリアすんぞ、お前。 We have the same taste, you and I.
これうまくね。
It's not ambition. It's ambition's opposite.
なんか俺うまっ。
An obdurate mission to taste defeat.
スロープロや。
You'll feel bad if you win, so I put this
Yosh, yosh,
sneak in
yosh.
for you.
おじゃん。ぶね。あししし。いやー、位置悪いな。無理。これ、何 FPS で出るんだろう。720までしか出ないんだ。まあ、いっか。別に。あー、いい位置。よいしょ。したら、せい。待て。待て。手寒っ。手冷た。いや、ほんとね、レポートも終わんねえし、レポート多いし。今年はもう終わるし。いや、ほんとにね、今年はまあいい年だったけど、1年があっという間だったね。何の話してんだ。あ、なるほど。よし。目かゆ。あー、怖い。まあ、つかんだやろ。まあね、ペース遅いからね。てか、もう地味にゴール直前なんだよな。お、バカ。余計なことをするな。ちなみに左のヘビは、まあ自分で YouTube で調べてな。これは乗ったら、まあ、やべ。過去一揺れとる。 どくせえな、こう止まるまで待つの。ふん。やるな。きたー。ふっ。あ。ふん。これどうやってやるんだっけ。忘れちゃったー。そこ落ちちゃうばおもろいよ。今日は終わって違うゲームするんだ。まあね、不良の事故はね、あるからね。頑張っていきたい。ここやばい、イライラする。よし。イライラする。よし。やべ、指ポキっちゃった。だってやばい、完全に集中切れた。やだ、落ちたくないでござる。落ちたくないって言ってんだろ。
This gets more frightening each time you return.
なんだ
Knuckles
なんだなん
whitening,
だ。
stomach tightening. Once bitten, so many times burned.
ちょっと待って、やっぱマウス動かない。落ち着け落ち着け。マウスお前綺麗にしたのにさっき。揺れすぎだ俺。いや、ちょっと待って、マジ集中。おい、ふざけんな、マジ。本当にそっちだけは言っちゃいけない。つぼじさん、本当に勘弁してくれ。やばい。やばい。怖い。いや止まれ。止まれ。ジャスト。おら。ぶね。俺。怖いです。これ確かこっからダイレクトでいけたな。よし、来た。よし。クリアが見えたぞ。登れ。これはね、焦んなければ絶対。最初ここにかける。引っ張る。自分の方に。いいぞ。何も焦る必要はない。マウスの位置戻して。
Who you are in this? Are you the man in the pot, Diogenes?
よっしゃ。
Are you his hand? Are you
いや、
the
何も
top of
焦
his
るな。
hammer? I think not.
回しちゃいけない。
Where your hand moves, the hammer may not follow, nor the man, nor the man's hand.
引く。
In this his will,
引く。
his intent, his embodied resolve in his uphill ascent.
いや、マジで。やばい、なんか1時間半ぐらい配信する予定だったのになんか30分で終わる。
Now, you've conquered the ice cliff, the platforms, the church, and the rectory, the living room and the factory, the playground, the construction site, the granite rocks, the lakeside. You've learned to hike.
ちょっと待って。
There's no way to go but up, and in a moment I'll shut
は
up. But let me say, I'm glad you came.
いいっても
I dedicate this game to you.
う終わるんだも
You came this far. I give it to you with all my love.
これ これ、おもんないやつ、これ。おもんなくないやつや、これ。勘弁してくれ、マジ。したいぐらい。バカだれ。どうしたらいいんだ、俺。ほら、お疲れ様でした。お疲れ様でした。お疲れ様です。配信終わります。こんなはずじゃなかったです。お疲れ様でした。じゃあ、ね、クリスマスもね、こんなもんなんで、あれなんか思ってたのと違ったな。じゃあ、お疲れ様でした。お疲れ様です。